Hi, everyone. Watching. Yes, yes. So my name's Will, and I'm actually the founder of Pilot House, which is a program for women overcoming addiction in San Antonio, Texas. We operate a sober living home. We have a whole lot of programs that we have lined up that assist them in changing their lives. The reason that I'm live streaming right now is because I've got a new webcam with built-in microphone. I wanted to test it out, and I was thinking about using this platform to talk about things like recovery from addiction, philosophy, our nonprofit, and the fact that it is possible to go from being in active addiction to leading a full, rich, stable, and fulfilling life. And that you don't have to compromise your intellectual integrity or your religious beliefs, if you have them, or anything like that in order to do so. And that's one of the reasons that myself and two others founded Pilot House about 18 months ago. I am a person in recovery, as the vocabulary of addiction recovery would say. I actually prefer to say that I used to have a severe alcohol problem and that I no longer drink. I have not had alcohol since June 28th of 2020. I had had a period of sobriety before that for about 10 years. And during that time, I was in Alcoholics Anonymous for the first year and a half of it. And after that, I just got tired of going and stopped. And then continued to be sober for quite some time after that. But eventually, I, like many people do, thought that I was probably okay to drink alcohol again. And it turns out that I wasn't. And although I drank alcohol non-abusively for a while, I eventually, it escalated again, and I had just come to the determination that I'm one of those people that just can't handle their liquor. And I probably never will be able to. And I've also come to the determination my life is a lot better when I'm not sauced to the gills. So that's kind of my introduction of my recovery journey. The first time through, I went to an outpatient treatment called Laurel Ridge here in San Antonio, Texas, 30-day outpatient. And then they suggested that I attend 12-step meetings after that. So I went predominantly to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings in a local AA club where there are meetings all the time, and you can just go anytime. And I made a lot of friends in Alcoholics Anonymous, and it kind of became the replacement for my addictive tendency of drinking. And over time, I began to not be satisfied with the experience that I was getting in Alcoholics Anonymous. I mean, I was sober, but I, at that time, was pretty avowedly atheist. I would say I'm much more agnostic these days. I've kind of mellowed out. But Alcoholics Anonymous is emphatically not for people who do not believe in God. It just isn't. The core tenet of it is that you surrender to a higher power of your own understanding, which really, I could not square that circle with my own personal beliefs, so I just stopped going. And I stayed sober for a good long time. I got married, I had a couple of kids, I got divorced, I had a variety of jobs, I started a business that grew into a larger business, and then ultimately that business was shut down by the pandemic. So about that time, my alcohol use disorder had peaked again, and I checked into an inpatient rehab called San Antonio Recovery Center here in San Antonio. And I was introduced there to something called Refuge Recovery, which is a mindfulness meditation based, what's called recovery modality. So it's not based on 12 steps. You can believe in a higher power, traditional, like God, Allah, Krishna, whatever, Yahweh, or you can believe in a higher power of your own understanding, like, some deity that you just sort of created out of whole cloth, or you can believe in nothing at all, or you can be uncertain as to what. Religion just doesn't matter. It's actually drawn off the principles of Buddhism, but from a secular perspective. I can't recall anywhere in the literature where the words God or higher power are mentioned. That appealed to me because I don't know. I don't do well with abstract concepts. And things that, I can't see. Let me see if I can fix this focus a little bit. That's a little better. So, I really like refuge recovery, and I'm glad I was introduced to it. And I've used that as what's called my primary recovery modality since then. And I've managed to stay successfully sober. But I do one thing that a lot of people that are in recovery don't do, in my experience, and that's have a very active life outside of recovery. That's the mistake I made the first time around, I think. I honestly think that after a period of sobriety from whatever substance someone is trying to avoid, that your recovery shouldn't occupy a majority of your life. And so in my next little video, I'll probably talk about some of the things that I've done in addition to maintaining my recovery. So this was a test video, and I hope you find it interesting. I'll be back.